Welcome back to the Pokemon Sword and Shield Countdown. So today I want to talk about the legendary Pokemon of the Galar region, being Zacian and Zamazenta. Now I've looked up some information just in case I didn't have everything, because I swear we had the typings, but we don't. I looked up back at the Pokemon Direct we had in June, and all they said was just that they were legendary Pokemon. Now, to be fair, I have not looked up anything Japanese related. I don't. Sometimes we get a little more information from the Japanese trailers, and I don't really know where to go look for that. So I haven't really put my time into that. So if we have typings, I apologize, but I'm just going to go off of what we have in English. So Zacian, it says its shining blade can cut through anything. Zacian's attacks are so graceful that its movements can even captivate its opponents. It holds what appears to be a sword in its mouth. So interesting enough, it can cut through everything. Like everything. I guess it cut through diamonds, so it can cut through Deontay. Mega Deontay even. I mean, because this could just be awesome. But no, Zacian, this counter to a lot of people, I like the legendaries a lot. I think they're really cool. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that they're wolves, but I think they're really cool, in my opinion. I really dig them. I think I dig Zamazenta a little bit more. I like Zacian. The sword is a little odd, but I think it's really cool looking. As far as like typings on Zacian, I can't, all these Z words, like, oh wait, Pokemon Z confirmed. They're both Z names. Zygarde confirmed. I'm just kidding. So as far as typings go, I would say probably. I mean, I have to say Steel. I was thinking about this before, and I was thinking maybe both of them are Steel fighting. I would say they're both probably Steel fighting. Zacian maybe could be like just pure Steel. You could even point to the fact that Zacian is, since he's more of an offensive Pokemon, I guess you could say Zacian is pure fighting, and Zamazenta is pure Steel because he's a defensive Pokemon. And Steel types are notoriously defensive, so that could be a possibility. But I'm honestly leaning towards the fact that they could just be both Steel fighting, which I'm not sure. Maybe you know what it could be cool would be that Zacian would be fighting Steel and Zamazenta would be Steel fighting. That way that they both have their offensive defensive typings at the primary. So that could possibly be the case. So that's Zacian. Zamazenta, on the other hand, its gleaming shield can turn back any attack. Zamazenta's regal and majestic movements overwhelm any opponents that dare to face it. Its body is covered with what seems to be a shield, so it can reflect things. So I'm guessing it's going to have some sort of a reflecting ability, something that will, some sort of new one. I don't think it'll be anything old, but it could possibly be something new that. Certain attacks are reflected back at the opponents or something like that. While the Zacians might end up being something like it has like a move. I guess they could just have moves that depend. So you could have like a new move that it's like you could use this and it reflects the full power of that attack back at the opponent and it doesn't miss or something. The Zacian could have like a one-hit KO kind of thing. So, but now that's all I can really say. There's not a ton of information, like I said. We've only had them in one instance of a trailer, and that's it. Just one instance. There's nothing else. We haven't had any information. So I'm guessing they're really not going to show us much information about these two Pokemon at all until, I guess, game time. As far as like lore goes, I mean, I can't really say anything because they're fighting in a forest in the trailer, which would make me assume that it's the forest right behind the main town. Not the main town, but the first city. But I can't really say what this is going to have to do with the story, because the story has to do a lot with the Pokemon League. So I'm guessing there has to be some sort of tie-in with the evil team wanting to get these Pokemon to use with the League or something, or take down the League. There's just got to be something that ties them in. It could just be a Lugia Ho-Ho kind of thing, where it's like there's no tie-in at all, and they're just kind of there. So I don't know. I think there's a possibility of them being important and a possibility of them not being important. In the trailer, they were fighting. That probably won't end up being a thing. Probably just like kind of a thing for the games. not just for one specific game. But they were fighting, and then something kind of came in the middle. So that could have been, maybe there's a difference in the environment, or maybe I always say that's the third legendary, but because the third legendary I feel like has to be important in this situation. We don't know what it is, so I'm a little excited. This is gonna be good. I think this is gonna be a really awesome lore going on in these games. So I can't wait to get my hands on a Zamazenta.